Merchant and Evans Incorporated. Welcome to our presentation. We would like to share with you Merchant and Evans' history and traditions of excellence in manufacturing. Merchant and Evans has been in business continuously since 1866, right after the Civil War, with a tradition of excellence in engineering and offering the marketplace an advanced and diversified line of top-quality metal roof systems. Here you see Merchant and Evans' current corporate office and manufacturing facilities. Merchant and Evans moved into this 45,000 square foot facility in Burlington, New Jersey in 1976. The Merchant and Evans factory is equipped with the latest equipment and technology to produce quality, top-line metal roofing projects. We have folders, press brakes, and roll formers, in addition to custom sheet metal working equipment. Our premier product, ZipRib, is being manufactured and bundled for shipment. In addition to our manufacturing and corporate facilities in Burlington, New Jersey, we have recently opened an operation in Mesa, Arizona. We also have job site rolling and curving capabilities, giving us worldwide reach. ZipRib was developed in 1964 by Kaiser Aluminum. It has been a part of Merchant and Evans' product line since 1981. ZipRib is the first true structural standing seam product with concealed floating clips in the marketplace. What is ZipRib? ZipRib is Merchant and Evans' premier product, as shown here on the Altoona train station in Altoona, Pennsylvania. ZipRib was the first structural functional standing seam metal roof that utilizes concealed clips to allow for expansion and contraction and yet be able to resist severe wind forces and make a structural span between open framing. A structural roof system can be utilized in both open purlin and low slope applications, or over a deck system, which could be plywood or lightweight concrete, etc. ZipRib has developed a unique application of a two-piece clip, which is seamed integrally into the standing seam rib to not only allow for thermal movement, but to resist severe wind uplift forces. There are modifications to that standard clip to deal with higher than normal loads and/or expansion and contraction requirements that exceed what the standard clip can withstand. Here you can see an example of our two-piece clip where the top piece is always stainless steel. The bottom piece can come in either galvanized or stainless steel for high corrosive environments. Thermal movement can be accommodated in both directions with the ability to install multiple locations for fixed points. The panel is fixed to the structure at one point, and thermal movement takes place in either direction from that fixed point. ZipRib has been used successfully on a multitude of complex projects throughout the United States and the world. Here you see Concourse J at the Miami International Airport. This project was some 10 years in design and construction. In its unique shape, the designers intended to mimic the look of an airplane wing. This was the first project at the Miami International Airport that utilized standing seam metal roofs other than their hangar facilities. Up until this job, they had only used membrane roofing at that facility. ZipRib has been very popular in the application for airports. Here, in combination with our BD 1520 profile, you see ZipRib on the Louis Armstrong Airport in New Orleans, Louisiana. The ZipRib system is manufactured with no 90-degree bends, is less likely to oil can, and is manufactured with 18 sets of tooling to gradually form the panel into its shape without introducing stress into the metal. All of this allows us to use higher strength materials because of the shape of the profile. Because of the way the ZipRib panel is manufactured, we reduce the possibility for you to experience oil canning, as you see here in this photograph. The ZipRib product, because of its design, is less likely to experience oil canning than most standing seam products. Not only do a lot of other manufacturers use roll formers with less sets of tooling, the seaming operation of some products is rather violent and imparts stresses into the metal, contributing to that oil canning you see here. Here we illustrate some of the roofing applications that we have used ZipRib in. It can be used on low-slope functional roofing, sloped architectural roofing, convex curving to 6-foot radius, and concave curving to 40-foot radius. It has been used successfully in taper designs. It has been used in open purlin construction, solid deck construction, and in a variety of material including steel, aluminum, copper, zinc, stainless steel, and lead-coated copper. The unique roll former that Merchant & Evans uses to fabricate ZipRib products is an 18-station, in-house roll former that gradually forms the product to reduce the stresses in the metal. In addition to the roll forming stations, Merchant & Evans uses a factory inline leveler prior to running the coil through the roll former to additionally level the metal. You can see our ZipRib product being rolled in the factory in New Jersey. Here is another view of product being rolled in our factory in Arizona. ZipRib can be seamed and unseamed on the roof. In other words, it can be zipped up and unzipped. This unzipping allows for the non-sequential process of removing the panel, which means that we can replace individual panels in various locations on the building if they become damaged or need replacement without disturbing the adjacent panels. Zipping and unzipping are done through the use of a zipper tool, which sets the standard in the marketplace. It is a lightweight tool, weighing approximately 35 pounds, that not only will zip the panel from eave to ridge, but will zip it ridge to eave. In addition, this zipper tool is designed to run vertical applications for those places where ZipRib is used on fascia or siding application. In addition to the zipper tool, ZipRib has developed the ability to unzip it with the unzipper tool attachment placed on the back of the machinery. The ZipRib roofing system is a 2.5-inch tall standing seam shaped like a modified I-beam, which keeps the panel joinery well out of the plane of drainage, which is important if it snows or rains where your project is located. The finished seam is a tube. If the surface is wavy, it's hard to notice as the sun hits the rounded top of the seam, and the ZipRib product is approved down to 1/4 inch and 12 pitch. This project is a children's museum in North Carolina. We can also curve on the job site with continuous long lengths as seen here. This is the current record of 460 feet, utilizing a 16-inch wide, 22-gauge stainless steel product at the airport in Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina. Why ZipRib? Let's look at some possibilities. ZipRib has over 45 years of proven performance, which far surpasses the competition in that ZipRib was the first true structural standing seam in the marketplace. It has set the bar for the present industry standards involving wind uplift and watertight performance. If you don't do the project right the first time, it can be expensive to take apart and fix. ZipRib can be produced in a range of materials, finishes, widths, and especially heavy gauge thicknesses. Here you see a curved long-length application on an athletic facility at Penn State University. Why take a chance with an inexperienced product or manufacturer? Merchant & Evans has produced one of the country's leading authorized installer or erector programs. Installers attend the ZipRib School for intense training to become qualified by knowing the total ZipRib system and how it functions, and to learn how to do it right the first time. ZipRib has been designed and tested to the highest standards in the industry and to exacting standards for all hurricane-enhanced design requirements. If you live in a snow region, we are able to design and calculate the sliding snow forces and to put S5 snow clamps on your roof to retain the snow. We apply snow guards to deal with the snow. There are some manufacturers who use snow guards down south to stiffen their panel system. They call them deflection limiters. ZipRib fulfills unique architectural and structural design elements through the use of custom roll form panels in both straight and tapered configurations and the ability to be curved in both convex and concave geometries. Here you see ZipRib in 050 aluminum, radius to 6 feet, for the Omaha Correctional Facility in Nebraska. The correctional facility utilized a large membrane roof, and the 050 radius ZipRib panels were placed to cover the mechanical equipment that was installed on the roof to keep it from being visible. ZipRib has been used extensively in military installations around the country. This is a radius application on the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Dayton, Ohio. Another view of the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, showing the smooth lines of ZipRib after it has been installed. Notice the close-up of the radius ZipRib showing its smooth, curved structural panels without cross-crimping or buckling, and notice the lack of oil canning because of its unique manufacturing design. This is the Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport Consolidated Car Rental Wrap-Up. Not only was this panel selected for its unique application of radius, it was chosen because it has a history of resisting hail which occurs quite frequently in Dallas. This application was selected to protect the automobiles from any hail damage. Here's another unusual application of ZipRib on the Bishop Airport in Flint, Michigan. This project has won the architectural firm numerous design awards. There are endless designs that can be created in using the concave, convex ZipRib in applications. Here you see the bus transfer system along Interstate 4 in downtown Orlando. This shows a close-up of the bus transfer system in Orlando. In addition, this project has proven to be structurally sound, as both Hurricane Charley and Hurricane Francis passed right over the top of this transfer station, and not one panel or piece of flashing was damaged. The unique radius and design of ZipRib makes it applicable to be used in large clear spans, such as free span canopies. Here you see a middle school in Northwest Florida where the panels are spanning 16 feet without intermediate supports. The free span has no deck, no red iron, no intermediate structures at all. Here is a typical connection for the details of a free span canopy, showing that we are using no clips, radiusing to a minimum of 8 feet, and spanning a maximum of 16 feet. You can see the unique appearance of the bottom side of the canopy, showing a clean span of 16 feet. Notice a close-up of the walkway covers and their clean lines showing minimum flashing and maximum span. This shows an integration of the radius walkway into the main campus. Basically, ZipRib is available in a wide range of materials to meet the designer's needs, from Galvalume to G90 steel to aluminum to zinc to copper and to stainless steel. The University of Chicago used ZipRib and a unique paint that looks different to the viewer depending on the direction viewed and the time of day. This paint system changes its shade and changes its color depending on the orientation of the sun. The University of Chicago project is on a re-roof framing system. Here you see ZipRib on the Westin Hotel, which was installed in 1980 right on the ocean in Hilton Head, South Carolina. This project has withstood the many high-speed winds, storms, and a lot of blowing sand. If you go and look at the project today, you will see it's as crisp and as clean as it was on the day it was installed. This is the Welty Hall in New Britain, Connecticut, using ZipRib in copper. This municipal building uses ZipRib in aluminum, and you can also see the attachments of S5 snow guards. Here is another view of the curved stainless steel ZipRib on the Raleigh-Durham Airport. ZipRib can be fabricated in a wide variety of colors, wide variety of reflectivity, and all of our color charts show the reflectivity and emissivity of the paint you would be selecting. You can put ZipRib in many different applications on your buildings. Let's review some of the benefits of ZipRib. Since 1964, the ZipRib product has survived in the harshest environments, from Florida to Alaska. ZipRib has avoided failures due to seam separation, clip failures, panel disengagement, and designed wind speeds of up to 200 miles per hour. The product has been used extensively for emergency operating shelters, particularly in the state of Florida and along the Gulf Coast. One of our competitors' roofs experienced severe damage from moderate Hurricane Charley, which passed through Polk County, Florida several years ago. Notice that the roof has come off its clips and allowed water damage to the building. Here we view another competitor's project with severe damage from Hurricane Charley in Polk County, this being the 2-inch double lock profile. Again, notice that the clips are still on the purlins, which means the panel has disengaged from the clip due to seam separation. This is damage from Hurricane Hugo to a competitor's roof in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Notice again, the clips are still on the structure, and the panels have disengaged from the clips and were found in the parking lot. In addition to all the other benefits, ZipRib is environmentally friendly. It reduces costs due to low energy consumption by using more efficient materials, and the high reflectivity and high emissivity paints offered make your roof system cooler. The materials used to make ZipRib are recyclable, as metal offers the highest recycle rate of any other construction material used in the roof. Recyclability is approximately 65% for aluminum, where steel is approximately 35%. This indicates additionally environmentally friendly features, such as longer life materials. They offer lower life cycle costing, less cumulative energy used, which means less burden on landfills. Life expectancy of ZipRib in steel is 30 to 40 years, and in aluminum, 80 to 100 years. Benefits of using the ZipRib system, as shown here, are that our warranty is good up to design wind speed. Our system, including flashing penetrations and accessories, are covered, and we offer no exclusions for gale force winds, which start at 32 miles an hour, or hurricane forces, which start at 75 miles an hour. ZipRib testing. ZipRib has ensured solid performance and lasting value through rigorous testing since its inception in the marketplace in 1964. ZipRib has been tested using the entire system, panels, clips, and fasteners, all tested to factory mutual standards, UL 580 standards, for ASTME 1592 standards, and Dade County, Florida test protocol standards. The test method is for uplift of roof assemblies, or as listed in the UL literature, is an index of roof assemblies showing comparative performance product to product. The chamber size is 10 foot by 10 foot, and it's performed up to specific ratings, not ultimate failure. UL listed products currently carry uplift ratings between 30 and 120. It is an indexing test in that a UL 60 rated product should be expected to perform better than a UL 30 rated product. But the chamber is only 10 feet square, and that means the furthest you can get from a restrained edge is 5 feet. That may not be sufficient to test all the modes of failure, which are, of course, seam separation, clip disengagement, etc. Here you see the test chamber of a UL assembly, 10 foot by 10 foot, prior to the cover being installed. The test chamber has the cover installed with portals to view the performance as the test is being conducted, and the vacuum hose is attached to put pressure on the assembly. UL uplift ratings are ultimate values which must be reduced by a safety factor. For example, UL 90, with a safety factor of 1.88, equals 48 pounds per square foot. Ask yourself the following question: would this be sufficient to meet the edge and corner loads of my project? This shows a competitor's double lock product on a school in Polk County, Florida. The clips are still on the building after the panels have disengaged. The system installed carried a UL 90 rating. Merchant & Evans has several products that carry the UL listings: ZipRib in 12 and 16-inch wide panels, 24, 22, 20, and 18 gauge steel, 032, 040, and 050 aluminum, and our BD 1520 pan and batten profile in 040 aluminum. Merchant & Evans manufactures additional products with UL ratings, which include our classic rib Series 305 and traditional rib Series 306 architectural panels, with maximum 19-inch widths in 24 and 22 gauge steel. ASTME 1592 testing, which is currently the state-of-the-art for testing metal roofing for negative pressures, is a more stringent protocol than UL 580. The chamber size is increased from 10 foot by 10 foot to 6 panels wide by 24 foot minimum. The long lengths allow for more accurate in-service test results. Here you see a 1592 test being installed where the airbag is not only under the panel, but up into the seams to test the seam separation factor in the panel. ZipRib has been tested in accordance with ASTME 1592. The test values achieved have been converted into load span tables for each gauge and width, and our technical review pages submitted, on a project basis, to confirm design analysis. The 1592 test is always run to failure, and the independent engineer monitoring the test determines the failure mode. Products tested with 1592 are listed here: ZipRib in 12 and 16-inch widths from 24 to 20 gauge steel in 032 and 040 aluminum, and our BD 1520 pan and batten panel system in 040 aluminum. Factory Mutual Certification. If your building has a Factory Mutual insurance carrier, then you will need a Factory Mutual rating. FM 4471 is for Class 1 roof panels. It's tested for wind uplift, fire, and hail resistance. The test specimen for wind uplift is similar to ASTME 1592, but utilizes a standard 12-foot by 24-foot chamber. The test is run to failure. And an FM rating based on ultimate failure load is in pounds per square foot. Remember that these pounds per square foot are ultimate loads and must be divided by the safety factor in your code for usage on your building. Here is a factory mutual test. The clips are installed to test the assembly. Merchant & Evans has several systems with factory mutual certification. Our ZipRib systems for FM190 are both in aluminum and steel. We have FM1 105 ratings in aluminum and steel, and we have FM1 150 in 040 aluminum 12-inch wide panels. ZipRib also carries a Class A fire rating when tested in accordance with ASTME 108. Class A is effective against severe fire test exposure. ZipRib also carries a Class 1 SH severe hail rating with no evidence of puncture, chipping, cracking, or peeling. ZipRib has also been tested to exacting water infiltration and air infiltration test procedures. ZipRib, BD1520, ZipLock, and 311 Super Flush Lock have all passed stringent air and water testing. Fire ratings. ZipRib is a component of several fire-rated roof assemblies. You need to consult your fire rating directory from FM or from UL to see which assemblies ZipRib can be used in. ZipRib also carries a Class A fire rating as a non-combustible roof covering in fire-rated assemblies. You can see that ZipRib has passed the Dynamic Wind and Air Water Test, the AAMA 501.1 for blowing rain test. You can see that in addition, ZipRib has been tested with a thermal cycle clip test for 100,000 cycles with no wear. We added 5 pounds of weights to each clip, waited another 100,000 cycles, and we have no wear. We added an additional 5 pounds for 10 pounds total for another 100,000 cycles, and we have light wear between the two pieces of the clip. The reason for 100,000 cycles is based on so many times a day movement. Each 100,000 cycles is equivalent to 50 years of in-service use. Notice some additional ZipRib testing. We have a concentrated load test. It shows that we can handle a 250-pound concentrated load over a 4 square inch area on the 5-foot span in the center of the panel. For example, large people can actually walk in the middle of the panel. We have Corps of Engineer testing, which is certified by ASTME 1592. We have tested and been approved by the City of New York and Dade County, Florida, with negative pressures in excess of 195 pounds per square foot. In addition to ZipRib, Merchant & Evans makes other custom form metal roofing products. We have a product called BD1520. It's functional, specifiable, and it is for use on domes, barrels, and straight panels. You can see the unique design of the BD1520 and that it includes a series of extrusions, a continuous base channel, which is the structural element, and you can see in the green a continuous internal gutter, clip systems, and snap-on batten. The BD1520 comes in variable widths out to 44.5 inches. BD1520 comes in varying materials, as does our ZipRib. Here you see BD1520 in copper on a dome. This picture shows the BD1520 in copper on a radius application. Here you see aluminum BD1520 in a radius application. This shows both radius and slope BD1520 in aluminum. Here is the BD1520 in slope with snow guards mounted at the eave. This shows an example of BD1520 in an unusual bullnose design. Here you see BD1520 in both a convex and concave radius design. In addition to these products, we manufacture our Super Flush Lock Series 311, which is a concealed clip, soffit, and wall panel system that has been designed for high wind loads and, like ZipRib, a non-sequential installation which facilitates the ease of removal and replacement of individual panels at any location on the building. You can see our Super Flush Lock Series 311, which comes with the pencil ribs as you see here, or without the pencil ribs if you want a flush product. This shows a 311 as it would look on a wall application. Other custom form products manufactured by Merchant & Evans include architectural cornices, heavy aluminum copings, gravel stops, and welded miters. In conjunction with other partners in the industry, Merchant & Evans offers a complete line of laminated solar systems, which are high temperature, low light performance, 20-year warranty on the output at 80%, and quick connect terminals with adhesive backing in order to laminate them to the panel. With the bypass diodes for shadow tolerance, they are UL